I heard 2 claps a full 5 seconds after mine.
Which I think typically I hear all 3. So this is a win for us.
And I do have a fun fact for Pat, who's listening to this. I just said that I was recording. Turns out I was not. So
Last week, I forgot to turn the mic on for about 2 minutes.
God, we are truly professionals. It's unreal.
This is Hoot and Holler, a podcast about the Ozarks.
How was everybody's New Year's? Always have. Yeah. Same.
Mine was pretty nice. We always stay in for New Year's, so it was no different. But we did that double feature, Nick Year's Eve, which I think is going to be the new tradition.
I do love that so much.
We knocked a couple more movies off of our list. Ghost Rider 2 and National Treasure 2. Ghost Rider 2 rules.
Can we get full titles on those?
Oh, yeah. Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, and National Treasure, Book of Secrets.
Book of Secrets.
That one was a real stinker.
It was.
Just a stinker.
Does he steal the Constitution in the first one? I think I only saw the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually saw National Treasure 2 in the theaters on a New Year's Eve. So...
Oh, nice.
That is, I was very cool, if everybody can't tell.
I've already forgotten the plot of the movie.
Oh, yeah, could not, with a gun to my head, could not tell anybody what the plot of, honestly, any of the National Treasure movies, let alone the second one.
I think...
I just know that they found a Mayan city of gold underneath Mount Rushmore for some reason.
I was going to say, I do know... I want to say he breaks into Mount Rushmore, if that's a thing that someone can do.
Yeah.
Love to break into a solid rock. It always very fruitful. In the is that in North Dakota or South Dakota? You know, the land of
South.
Yeah.
The land of opportunity that is South Dakota. I'm sure there are plenty of treasures hidden.
Do you think that we could actually get Trump to just knock this off if we said we will put you on Mount Rushmore?
Maybe, probably.
I think he would be more inclined if we offered to put him on Stone Mountain.
Oh. That's funny you say that because I'm actually going to bring up Stone Mountain today.
Oh, yeah.
You listen to those tapes, Joshua?
The Trump audio leak?
Yeah, I saw you say that in the chat.
Hell yes. It's so good. Okay, so...
I have only seen just a little bit of Twitter discourse on this so far today. I've been caught up in the Bean discourse, so...
Yeah.
So I am excited.
Me too.
Yeah, unfortunately. But the thing is, I didn't read the whole tweet thread because I'm not going to read that much ever. And so I've just been reading other people's jokes about it. It's been a pretty good day over here at Margot's house.
Yeah. I mean...
we can't talk about politics this week because we've got beans on our mind.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, it's like all like tweet threads from, I guess, twee-ish writers who they're being really funny, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, I see what...
Wait, are we still talking about the Bean discourse?
The Bean, no, yeah. We're not talking about Trump.
Okay, I was like, man, I haven't seen that yet, Josh.
No, where he just starts like putting too many adjectives into his story and that kind of thing. Where it's just like, oh,
Where they sound like a Civil War general when they're describing stuff.
not quite that. But any story that you think is mostly a lie that someone's telling on Twitter.
Ah,
Yeah, most of that was definitely
Yeah,
false.
I think he asked.
Okay, but
Okay, yeah, we don't have to talk about the being dead.
Pat's gonna kill us. Pat is never gonna show us how to use the can opener.
So,
we are diseased.
so I think the thing about the Trump audio tapes, like listening to him, I think he actually believes at this point that he won.
Okay, I was listening to them and just feeling so sorry for the other people on the other end of the call because they are just having to talk to a man with dementia.
Yes.
Who is
I mean, that's Kamala Harris's job for the next 4 years. it's trying to
Girl
rationally
power.
speak to to someone who does not understand anything that's being told to him. Where
I mean, it's just kind of been the nation's job for the last 4 years and the next 4 years to come.
yeah. So they keep trying to explain material reality to him, and he says things like, you should want an accurate election. And you're a Republican. No, you guys, you don't. You're not even close. You guys, you're off by hundreds of thousands of votes. At one point, he says, I'm trying to find the exact quote. Maybe it's not in, I'm reading the New York Times write-up. Oh, no. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
I want to hear him sing that to the song of Rent.
11,800.
How many votes does it take to make a president?
It works perfectly, actually. I mean,
I saw something about he was talking about the Dominion machines.
right? No, yeah,
And they were just like, no. False.
not true. Can Dominion sue Trump for slandering them on leaked audio?
Man,
Why do they have to have such a creepy name, though?
yeah, that's true.
That is
They
true,
probably
yeah.
should have workshopped that just a little bit more. Or, honestly, even at all. I don't think they did.
Yeah.
They probably are evil in some way. Just anyone who gets into the vote machine business, I don't trust.
No.
But yeah, listening to it, my takeaway is he has been watching OAN and like Newsmax or whatever, and he has convinced himself it's all true. And honestly, fine. Give him Georgia. You still lose, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to, this whole time I'm like, always trying to figure out what his angle is, when probably his angle is just that he's a dumb guy. But I do now believe that he does believe this.
Yeah, I think part of it is ego, where he just can't believe that he could lose to Joe Biden.
And honestly,
Or that
Trump,
he could lose, period.
honestly, Trump,
Right,
you should be
right.
a little embarrassed that you lost to Joe Biden.
Yeah.
If we're being honest about it. Like,
Right.
The politician that did not campaign.
yeah.
Look, I am humiliated that our candidate lost to Biden. You know what I mean? Like that Bernie couldn't beat the old creepy guy smelling women's hair. But
Oh, yeah. Like, it frequently keeps me up at night. Like,
right.
Well, that's the power of Obama, right?
we're trying to trigger Josh again.
I did not read any more of the book, and I don't think I'm going to.
That's the spirit.
That's for the best.
I will read the next one because I want to hear him defend his reaction to Snowden.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a book about how he influenced this election and all that.
I mean, I will get really upset when that comes out because, I mean, all this stuff eventually comes out when President Pete writes his presidential autobiography, and he says, "I made a deal. Art of the Deal, the Mr. Pete autobiography."
No,
Actually,
it's going to be called High Hopes.
High Hopes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. But he is going to say, "I made a deal to be the head of the Department of Transportation in exchange for dropping out."
Because I just love trains that much.
No, that he hates trains. That he is going to personally just start like ripping out rails.
Well, okay, remember when the NBA tried to strike and Obama fucked that up too?
I
Like,
had
shut up and
completely
dribble.
Yes, I had completely forgotten about that until this week, and I was like, "Oh man." Oh,
Yeah.
because for the most part, he really has been absent for the last few years, which I think presidents typically do because they don't want to. Like, he wants to respect the tradition of the presidency, but yeah, imagine Donald Trump respecting the tradition of the presidency in the next 40 years. But so he mostly like disappeared until he finished his book. I mean, he released some Netflix films,
Yeah.
but the only things he's done this year are release a book, influence the primary, and tell the NBA players that doing a general strike would not actually help the Black Lives Matter movement as much as if they just finished out the season in the bubble.
Thanks, Obama.
Look, if you put messages on the back of your jersey, that will be more impactful. if instead of it saying James, it says justice, kind of thing.
How do you...
They can form a committee to investigate whether or not that'll have a good impact.
Right, exactly. We've got a committee going. Yeah.
How do you fuck something up that bad? Is my question. All he had to do was say, "Hey, I think you should stand for what you believe in." That's all he had to say. But instead, he's like, "Nah, dog. You should go out there and play basketball for Black Lives Matter." Like, what the fuck, Obama?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know. That's something that has...
He's a fucked up man.
Yeah.
It's... I mean, he's always kind of not been opposed to... Well, maybe. I don't know. Been opposed to Black Lives Matter because it started during his presidency, and in a lot of ways it was a reaction to policies that a thing that I don't know if I said last time we talked about it. Why are we talking about Obama? let me just say fuck Trump a ton of times so no one gets mad at me. No, is he always has had to thread a needle for a white audience, and I think a lot of times it has been at the expense of black people. You know what I mean? Like the beer summit thing, when this racist white cop arrested who was it? Gates, right? Does everyone remember the story?
Oh, yeah,
No.
I forgot about this.
That was really early on, and of course, like Hannity and Bill O'Reilly were like, "Look at him taking the side against our cops." But so then he had to go back and kind of apologize, but he was right. So I don't.
Well, and I mean, it's just the thing of he's not progressive, even though that's what he claims to be. He's an absolute status quo Democrat.
Right.
And so, of course, he's always going to go for the center.
He's always going to be on the side of power against...
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, of course, he shuts down a strike. And,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Like, the two times I really had, and I'm glad we didn't do a 2020 look back, because who wants to look back on this year? But the two times I really had hope this year, where I did think things could change, were in the spring, when it looked like Bernie was going to actually somehow pull off taking over the party, and then in the summer, when it looked like white people were actually going to take seriously Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm. Absolute same.
And
for both of those.
And guess who was right there to stop both of them? Brock.
Yep.
Yeah. So now I just think, what can any of us even do at this point?
I mean, I'm just so upset that we're about to go into a Biden presidency. What the fuck?
It could have been so much better.
Why?
If the world had just ended.
And literally any of the other people that were running were better. They chose the worst one. Except Pete. Pete remains worse than Biden.
Oh, yeah,
you could have thrown
God.
a rock in the Democratic National Convention and hit a better president than Biden.
You could have gotten one of those people wearing a ton of buttons and a silly hat, doing the Macarena from the 1992 DNC inauguration videos. And that would have been a better president. And honestly, probably younger.
Here's something I wanted to say about Obama last time that I forgot, is that he is going to be a problem for progress for so long.
Yes, absolutely.
He's very young, and he's going to be impeding progress for the rest of my life. And then when he's done, fucking Pete is right there to take up the mantle.
I was going to say, the other young person in the party that we're going to have to keep dealing with is Mayor Pete, who...
I'm going to be fucking 80 years old cursing Mayor Pete.
I'm still going to call him Mayor Pete. He'll be president, but I'm going to call him Mr. Mayor Pete. Yeah. It's frustrating because, yeah.
2021 looks good, y'all. That's the official stance of Hoot and Holler.
Oh, man. We are such a doomer podcast.
We are, and I love it.
So, I guess the other thing I want to talk about before we get into stuff is Josh Hawley, because we have to.
I do want to
because
talk
he
about
forces
this.
Every
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no,
I was saying I actually do want to talk about this. Are you want to talk about the how they're gonna try to stop the steal one last time?
yes.
Okay.
What?
Holly was being crazy this week. I think he's trying to keep his name in the media every week.
And he's doing great.
Is my theory. Yeah,
Which
and
it's
so
going to help
has to
our
just...
podcast blow up. So honestly, thanks, Josh.
Yeah. Josh, if you can send us your address in Missouri, we'll send you a fruit basket, but it has to be in Missouri. I hear that may be trouble for you.
hootnhollerpod@gmail.com.
The weirdest people on Twitter are, anytime I criticize Holly, in his mentions, the Holly Defense Force shows up. Imagine that's the guy you want to go hard for. But
Well, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid there's going to be a lot of them
no,
going
yeah,
hard for him in a few years.
everyone was just thanking him for standing up, and it's
I saw a mixed reaction. I checked a KY3 article or something just to check the temperature. And I did see more thank you, sirs. But then I also saw a few, why are you doing this?
You know what this reminds me of a little bit is when there is you can compare it, what was his name? Chris D'Elia, whatever. Who's just awful dude. He's a comic. And it's...
Oh, wait, Chris D'Elia?
And as soon as he got outed this summer as just like a predator creep, most people were like, hey, yeah, like, let's not support this guy. But then, like, also, like, the worst people in comedy that you know were all of a sudden the biggest Chris D'Elia fans in the entire world, like, going hard in the paint for this dude who they've never met, but then also just, like, defending him. And this is it has a very similar vibe to it. It's like they just they just want to remain a part of the discourse, I think. And I think it is a lot with Holly wanting to just keep his name in the news weekly. So I think that's kind of a similar vibe. Is just like creeps protect creeps. So
Yeah.
I am surprised through all of this, though, that one Mr. Tom Cotton has been silent on Twitter since the 22nd of December. And of the...
Really?
Yeah, I check. I unfortunately have an alert set up for his tweets.
He's not on the list, though.
No, that's actually what I was fixing to say. It looks like... oh, here it is. Cruz and Ron Johnson, Ted Cruz, Ron Johnson, are joined by Senators James Lankford of Oklahoma, Steve Daines of Montana, John Kennedy of Louisiana. I don't think it's the same one. Of course.
It is Q himself,
Yeah.
JFK Jr.
No surprise, but Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee and Mike Braun of Indiana, Senators-elect Cynthia Loomis of Wyoming, Roger Marshall of Kansas, Bill Haggerty of Tennessee, and Tommy Tuberville of Alabama have also signed
Tommy, yeah, Coach Tommy, love him.
Yeah, so
Has anyone checked on Cotton? Is he okay?
I
Is he
know.
dead?
That's what I'm wondering. I wonder if he finally just turned fully into a robot, if they have his brain in a jar, like on Futurama. But I feel like he is... So, Tom, to give him credit, which I don't love to do, he is a little sneaky sometimes, so I think he's going to try to just sneak in there and be like, yeah, let's object these results. I do...
Under the radar when people aren't watching as closely.
Like, anybody could miss his fucking giraffe ass, you know? I will say... Oh, go ahead.
Can I offer a different theory?
Yes.
That he is much like... I'm giving no credit to Holly, Cotton, and Cruz. But I think he is seeing they are making the play to be the crazy MAGA people in 2024. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't object, he can be the serious, sane far-right guy who will also do the Handmaid's Tale to you. But he can argue, I didn't object and try to steal the election, if he thinks that they're going to snap back to being a little bit saner.
Oh, that's actually a really good point.
And that's honestly, that's what I thought Holly was going to do. That's what I was expecting from Holly.
Right. And which I think what Holly knows is I think Nikki Haley's going to be the sane one that runs in 2024.
I hate all of those words.
You think so?
And
hey, I'm still here for your Holly Haley 24 ticket.
It's going to happen.
Maybe it'll be Haley Holly.
Girl boss.
Can the NSA hear? Can the NSA hear things that are said on Discord?
I'm sure they can. And we're all... But here's the thing is, Josh, all of us are on watch lists for things that we have said on Twitter.com. We don't need to worry about what we're saying in the Discord.
Okay. Well,
They have a large file for me.
I will say a thing I said to friends today is I could try all my life to like do good and try to make change, but if I first reformed and went to the Stop the Steal rally, where Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, and Donald Trump are going to be, I could make this world much better.
That's harm reduction right there.
Yes.
It really is.
Joke. That.
For legal purposes, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Holly's doing. He also got in a little fight with Walmart on Twitter.
I saw that.
What?
Yeah.
I don't. How did I miss this?
Okay,
I need to set up tweet alerts for Holly, apparently.
Taylor, what was Walmart dragging him for?
So
I don't remember that part.
Oh God, I had a screenshot of it, but let me just pull it up here really quick.
While you're doing that, I'm going to read my interaction with the Holly Defender.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said, Josh, what are you up to today? Come on my podcast so I can challenge you to a fist fight on air. And some guy with no profile photo said, why are you scared of him challenging if you know Joe's won? Why isn't there a single just unhinged. Why is there a single Democrat saying why isn't there a single Democrat saying they want a fair election? Maybe they know they cheated. Joe admitted when he said Obama put together the best election fraud organization ever. If you've ever seen, like Joe doesn't know how to talk, so
Yeah.
He imperfectly says this. And so I said, unironically, I hope Joe stole it because it would be the first competent thing the Dems have done in my life.
I know. I love how people think that the Democrats or the left in general, we're going to go this hard to elect Joe Biden, who is a Republican light.
Right.
That brings up something else. Another theory that I had about this of Holly's angle is in the vein of what you were saying last week, Josh. He's just going to be able to say, oh, what, you don't want fair elections? That's all I'm fighting for. It appears fair. It doesn't have anything to do with Trump. It's just that my constituents want a fair election.
Right. And if any of these people could show any evidence that this election was unfair, other than
it's just such a weird hill.
It is, and
I hope they all die on that hill.
same.
Literally.
And here's the thing: is I love a good conspiracy theory just as much as you guys, and we all love them just as much more than the next person. If I thought that there was some genuine, there was genuine evidence of something, oh, hey, man, maybe we do need to look into this, I'd be like, yes, absolutely. Like, let's just recount the votes. Let's make sure everything was safe. But if you can't even convince, like, a conspiracy theorist or someone who dabbles in conspiracy theories, man, it might be a lost cause. And I do believe in free and fair elections. And also, if we're going to steal an election, it's not going to be for, like I said, for fucking Joe Biden. A lot of the Democratic base was just like, well, it is what it is. It's just like, it's like sometimes when you got to get a tooth pulled, and you're like, well, I don't really want to lose a tooth, but I also don't want to be in pain for the rest of my life. So, just take it. Like,
I mean, they literally said, let's settle for Biden.
Right.
Who's going to fight for that?
And the only thing that, and I've probably actually said this before on here, but Biden was probably the most slam dunk winner of the Democrats. But I would have rather been the guy on the Titanic playing my violin, going down with the ship for Bernie.
Same.
then
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's worth trying, I guess.
I think Josh, and maybe it was you or I don't know who said it, but somebody was like, you know what, I would rather vote for somebody, or I would rather vote for something that I want and lose it than vote for somebody that I don't like that isn't advocating for anything that I do like and win. I guess, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're still not getting whatever you want, so you might as well like go down with a clean conscience. Like, that's one thing like I do regret about like for voting for Biden is I was just like, I mean, I literally got nothing out of this. So
Yeah, and maybe he'll kick me an extra 1,400. We'll see.
yeah,
Doubt it.
exactly. But Hawley's fight with Walmart was over. He posted a thing. He said, millions of voters are concerned about election integrity and deserve to be heard. I will object on January 6th on their behalf, and a statement from his office. And Walmart, the official Walmart Twitter account, posted, go ahead, get your 2-hour debate, hashtag sore loser. And it was, and Walmart, of course, deleted it and said the tweet published earlier was mistakenly posted by a member of our social media team. We deleted the post and have no intention of comment on the subject of certifying, we have no intention of commenting on the subject of certifying the Electoral College. We apologize to Senator Hawley for this error and for any confusion about our position.
Do you think that is why Tom Cotton is against Hawley, or not against at this point, but isn't jumping on board? Because Walmart is saying, he's a sore loser, Tom, and we own you.
Yeah, he's standing with Walmart.
I stand with
Yeah,
Walmart.
that's the thing. Yeah, the real underdogs. Yeah, I have been trying to figure out why he has, I don't know if he's just like celebrating his, puritanical Christmas or whatever he's doing. But yeah, the last thing that he posted was a thing. Oh, is he co-signed a bill for the ALS Disability Insurance Access Act.
Okay.
So he's just doing the ice bucket challenge, I guess.
Did you see though the other part of that Walmart thing where Holly was replying back to Walmart?
Walmart reply guy Josh Hawley.
Well, he was like,
no, I guess I didn't.
yeah,
see that.
there was a minute where they were going back and forth, and Holly was dragging them for using slave labor, and
God
paying
damn it,
their
Josh.
and paying their employees minimum wage, like. So I feel like this got missed somehow in the discourse.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I just saw like the original tweet about that.
I didn't
just
see the
original
Walmart retraction. Interesting.
And I mean, that's the same thing he does with Amazon, which, again, as we say all the time, he is right. He's not wrong about this. And
Yeah.
it's the problem with him, is that who else is saying it other than, like Bernie or AOC or Cory? You know what I mean? Like, there are some people in the Democrats that are saying it, but Josh Hawley probably has the loudest microphone.
Right.
So
And he keeps getting in the news every week, which is, I think that's, I don't
this
know.
guy, he loves a camera. Oh, did you see today that Billy Long is on board stopping this deal?
Oh yes, I saw that you tweeted that.
And
Way
also,
to go, Billy.
yeah, just a complete loot. Like, and this is a thing that I think we talked about in the discourse, is it was the dam breaking, and now they all feel comfortable doing it because Tommy Tuberville, Coach Tommy, came out, and now they all, once one does it, they can all do it. And so we are going to see a ton of them challenging an election that they lost because they are losers.
And that's in 2 days, right?
It's on the 6th, I think. The Georgia primary is on the 5th, and then on Wednesday is when we take back our democracy.
I don't know if I'm ready for this week.
It's going to be hilarious.
Also, do you guys remember, I will say, I have been reading like some hot liberal takes on the, which is pretty similar to ours, is in that this election challenge is stupid and it's just wasting time, and Joe Biden's going to be the president. It is what it is.
Look, it is, as much as they like to talk about liberals being performative or virtue signaling, that is what they're doing. They are being performative virtue signalers to tell people who own way too many red hats that say "Make America Great Again" that we love you guys, and they just want attention for it.
But do you guys remember there was like a small, no Democratic senators ever came out and said it, but there were like people on Twitter back in 2016 that wanted Democratic senators to do the same thing they're doing now.
Yeah.
And I do think
Democrats would never.
No, yeah, the Democrats no, oh God, guys, you're embarrassing. But I do think it's funny because a lot of like those, and we all know them, they're like older liberal people who mean very, very well. But they're like blasted Republicans for doing it now, but they were wanting the same thing in 2016.
Look, everyone have...
it's those people that have spent the last 4 years saying that Russia meddled in the elections, and they haven't shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah.
Well, actively harming their own case by making the argument.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, you just have to watch and see how it shakes out.
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of Republicans are going to show their asses this week. But look, 20% chance they can steal it.
How wild would that be?
I don't have enough faith in this country. Oh my God. I'm trying to find if I saved these. So I was reading a thing that a bunch of people were saying, I guess this is my last week to be alive. I told my family.
Oh my God.
I told.
Yes, I saw that same tweet.
I told my family.
I'm lost. What is
this?
this?
They're going to war.
They are saying, going up to DC this week, I pledged allegiance to my country when I joined the military, that I would fight all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I'm going to kill Congress.
Are these like Proud Boys?
No, these are like boomers. Like, I don't know. It is frightening that these people could start enacting violence when what is going to happen happens. And again, Joe Biden will be president. This is your fear. Communist Joe Biden is taking the office and changing your life in exactly no ways.
If they would just sit back and relax, they would see that they have a Republican president.
Right. Yeah, they just have a Republican president from 20 years ago, before they were just officially all I was going to say fascist, but people get mad all the time when you describe Trump as a fascist, so I won't.
There is a Reddit comment from somebody whose username is Vaping Trump's Piss.
I mean, I tried to get that, and I had to change my name to Vaping Trump Piss and did an _69 because it was already taken.
It said, I had the talk with my husband too. He's not a fighter, but I am. He's not happy and he's going with me, but I told him that if I say go and leave me behind, that he must do it. No questions asked. I look forward to standing with you on the front lines. If it came down to it, I wouldn't think twice about dying, just so my family and friends can live free.
I heard that in the Ken Burns voice.
For Donald Trump.
For Trump. Someone who has never
I wouldn't
given
even-
a shit about any of you.
But I'm concerned now. Where
No,
are they going? Is this on the 6th?
Yeah, no, they're going to
Yeah, it's in
DC.
Are-
I mean,
Is
that's
there a
what
march planned?
Yes,
Oh,
Holly's going to be there.
God.
That was what I was referencing earlier on the thing that I hope was beeped.
So, what do you guys think about a Duggar New Year's Eve party?
Full of COVID. Just riddled with COVID.
It's probably
And no
similar.
masks.
It's probably similar to the influencer one at I forget the name of it, like the Dank House or something in California, where it was a ton of like Instagram influencers who were just having a normal party.
Yeah,
Lots of sparkling cider, sparkling apple juice.
Some brother and sister. Oh, we're standing under the mistletoe.
they got a buzz off that
Right.
sparkling cider, and they couldn't remember if they were related or not.
Someone accidentally bought them a Smirnoff seltzer, thinking it was just a normal seltzer, and they just went for it.
So, the Duggars threw an enormous New Year's Eve party. And, okay, I'm not trying to sound like an edgelord here, but if you told me, hey...
Please do.
You can go to this huge New Year's Eve party. There's going to be a ton of people. There's going to be no alcohol. There's going to be no secular music. The snacks will be limited at best. I would be like, I don't want to go to that party. That sounds like... And also, like, you're not going to be able to kiss anybody, obviously, unless like you're married, but then why would I need to go to a New Year's Eve party with a bunch of strangers?
Yeah, not because of COVID, just because kissing isn't allowed.
Yeah, just because, like, exactly. So they had this huge...
Can I say there might be an ordained minister on hand to quickly marry anyone right before midnight who wants to kiss?
It would not shock me.
You know there are several ministers present.
Yes.
I mean, Jim Bob, he's a minister.
That's the wildest thing about a Duggar party. You always got a bunch of ministers just hanging out by the punch bowl.
You never know. You don't know
Are
who's
there?
going to get married.
Are there pastor cons?
Of course, yeah.
Do they go buck fucking wild at pastor con?
Not the ones I've been to.
Oh, you've been to some.
I've been to a lot of Assemblies of God conventions, which is like pastors and their family, and maybe a deacon or two sneaks in. Yeah, great experiences. I'm sure I'll talk about it later.
But videos popped up on Reddit, kind of like they did of the Trump New Year's Eve party. Except,
Who is the snitch? Who is snitching on the Duggars? The Duggars need to find that out.
so here's the thing: is I was like, man, maybe I can like go through and like find out who it is. But the people on Reddit were no help, and then I realized that yes, even just because I am from the area does not mean that I run in those circles. So I probably did not know who it was. But it was a ton of people. I would say easily maybe 50 from like what I could tell from the videos. Of course, not a mask in sight. It was a pretty lame party. At one point, they were singing some hymn, and then they... I'll send you the video. It's pretty dumb. And then they sang Auld Lang Syne. And
Right.
I was just
That feels
thinking...
secular.
Can next year, in a perfect world where we actually get rid of this virus, can we have a party at Bookmarks where we do a shot-for-shot remake of the Duggar
Yes.
New Year's Eve party?
Absolutely. But when they do the balloon drop, which they had some of their kids doing from like the balcony in their house, I do want Googie to be the one dropping the balloons. So if you could start training him now, I think that would be helpful for everybody. I did...
Googie is Baby New Year.
Oh The little diaper. Oh my god. I think I've been cured of strep. Thank you so much.
What was this at the Duggar compound?
It was at the Duggar compound, so it was like
Okay.
20 minutes
Yeah.
away from me, which is great. We have Washington Regional in Fayetteville, which is the hospital system around here. They are nearing capacity with COVID patients, which is very scary because Arkansas is obviously a little bit more rural of a state. When people get sick, in my hometown of Harrison, or, they either go basically to Fayetteville or they go to Little Rock. A lot of them come to Fayetteville. So it's really great that they threw this party, and I was snooping on well, not snooping because it's Reddit, but apparently a lot of the other attendees are other fundamentalist families in the area. So all these mega fundamentalist families are intermingling together and then not wearing masks when they go out. And
Right.
so it's just basically they had a super spreader event. But what I thought was funny was the difference in this party that they had, which it was a lame party. Like, we already all know that. And then the Trump Mar-a-Lago maskless super spreader New Year's Eve party, and how different that they were. And I want to go around, and you guys have to attend one of the parties. You have to attend the Duggar New Year's Eve party or the Mar-a-Lago New Year's Eve party. Which one are you going to?
Oh, come on. I'm going buck wild at the Mar-a-Lago one.
Like, I'm not catching COVID just to drink some juice.
Yeah. I was really hoping that was going to be y'all's answers because I absolutely would rather mingle with Rudy Giuliani as he's like melting in a suit than go catch, whatever the Duggar children are bringing home. I mean,
Like, if I were
like
forced
germ-wise.
if I were forced to do that, then I would rather snort coke with Don Jr. and
Yeah.
drink juice at the Duggar compound.
I think that there are more freaks at the Duggar party, but there are more there are more variety of freaks at the Mar-a-Lago one, right? Because
I love that that's
true.
the
This
kind
is
of
true.
diversity you're going to get at either of those
Right.
parties.
I might get to meet Diamond and Silk. I might get to meet Rudy. I might get to meet all
Vanilla
of them.
Ice, who was in part of the
He
Beach
was
Boys.
there. Right.
Lil Wayne might be there.
The worst Beach Boy.
The worst Beach Boy.
Just a guy writing someone else's talent for his entire life, which I would love to do. Mike Love, congrats, buddy.
But yeah, that's all I really had was I just wanted to talk shit about the Duggars in a place where we have a lot of people who are being exposed to COVID because they have to go to their job in poultry farming, poultry, processing plants, in a place where we are struggling to get PPE, we're struggling to find nurses, we're struggling to find COVID tests, again, because of this surge. And they're like, yeah, I know that, and I see that our community is struggling, but Jesus really just wants me to show off my tacky interior designing while we sing hymns. Like, guys.
Yeah, that's truly really fucked up of them.
I mean, it's
them.
the same as James River. These people just do not give a fuck because
Yeah, they just don't fucking care.
they're bad people.
They are.
They're the worst. And God is not going to protect you because God is dead.
I know a couple of films that say otherwise, Josh.
Like, we have to stop letting bad people hide behind Christianity.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Yeah.
why do we allow people to do that? We shouldn't.
Taylor, have you seen the God's Not Dead trilogy?
I have seen part of the first one. But I have a friend, her name is Kayla Esmond. She is a hilarious comedian. She's also just incredibly gay. And one of her like top acting billing credits is from one of the God's Not Dead movies. And and I'm not going to tell the joke, but I believe it's on YouTube. It's hilarious. She's, honest to God, one of my favorite comics. She has a joke about it, and it's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. So, I always mean to watch. I think the second one that she's in to see her, but I never have.
Okay, well, I will say, me and my friends got really drunk at Mud Lounge and then walked into a midnight showing of the second one. And great experience. I had a lot of fun. And so that's the only way to watch it.
Yeah, I would imagine. A lot of those like lower budget Christian films, or I don't know if it's technically low budget, but those you can always tell when a song is like a new Christian alternative song, or if it's like a Christian. It just always has that feel. Like it's just not quite right. And you're like, oh, I'm about to be sucked into something, and then bam, there you are.
I will say I am a scholar of the Christian film genre and the Mormon film genre, which Harvey, I don't know if you've seen Mormon rom-coms, but my friends and I.
No, I think you need to show me.
I have not seen Mormon rom-coms. I have seen.
Can we have a Mormon rom-com watch night, please?
We can do that, or we can watch.
We have just
a Mormon version of The Bachelor.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very good.
I will say, if I speak the name Kirby Hayborn, do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
My favorite Mormon actor. So Family Video, do you remember that?
Yes, I love Family Video.
I think it was Utah. No, Movie Gallery.
Oh, I remember Movie Gallery.
Which one has porn? Because it's not that one.
It was Movie Gallery.
Okay. So
yeah, I don't think Family Video does.
No, Family Video has porn. It's
okay.
And now they sell CBD stuff. Anyway, my friend and I got absolutely obsessed in college with like Mormon romantic comedies, and we just kept watching them. And so we have like favorite Mormon actors. Anyway, The Singles Ward is great. The RM, Return Missionary, is great. Anyway, we can sort this out later.
Can we please watch in the Discord? Are any on Netflix?
Probably not. I will find them for everyone.
Okay.
I mean,
let's figure this out.
We've basically just planned the next year of bonus content.
Yes.
Just us for. I mean, one is called
another table read.
Yes.
One of these is called The Mormon Tommy Boy, is how they describe it. Because they all have to be the Mormon something. It just can't be its own thing. Anyway.
This is fantastic. I truly can't wait for this.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry guys, that's all I have this week.
So I don't really have much this week. And I've mostly been reading about QAnon all week, but that's not for this. It's for something else, but I forgot to actually do research.
Josh, just real quick, just want to check in. How's your brain doing? How's your mental health after doing Q research?
Not good.
Okay, well, we are here.
I can only Q research for too long, and then I have to take a break.
Yeah.
I think that's... You just can't go down these rabbit holes with these people, and it's why I turned off notifications for my family group message. Is I just can't see the things my father is sending me that he's finding anymore. Like this is
like watching people live in a different reality makes my reality feel less stable.
Yeah, that's a really
and I just can't
that's
do
a really great way of putting that. Thank you so much, Harvey. I've been like trying to find those words, and have not been able to do it.
It freaks me
Yes.
out.
It really makes me just bummed out. And I mean, I'm sure my reality is horrible for them, but anyway, that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm going to record a thing about it later this week. But
I can't wait.
I want to talk about, and I said this on a thing I recorded this morning, that I need to stop starting beefs with local people.
And I disagree wholeheartedly.
Because it is only going to come back to haunt me. But
Well, I was going to tell you this because I edited your bonus content today. Woo! But it's not slander if you're telling the truth.
it's true. Okay, so let me talk shit about, I won't say the name. And they're also in Branson, so they're going to have to do a lot of work to come beat my ass. By a lot of work, I mean, I don't know, drive 45 minutes. So
They will too.
I know. And they're all going to be in masks. Not the masks they should be wearing. The masks they choose to wear because they are cool alternative guys, which is actually what I want to talk about. Anyway, so the name of the barber company, or the barbershop, is the Lost Boys Barber Company. And are you familiar with this at all? Anyone?
Okay, no, I wasn't until I saw Daniel Seitz posting about it, and then I realized that the owner is a guy I went to high school with and elementary school with.
You went to high school with all the coolest people.
I know. And it sucks. Like, I was bummed out because the owner guy was actually nice in high school. Like, I had no complaints about him, so this is really disappointing.
Yeah.
But I'll let you get to the story.
Well,
everyone's probably really confused right now.
I will continue to describe him as a himbo, because
He is a complete himbo.
Look, he's kind of hot, but he seems really fucking dumb. So, okay. So, in Branson, there is it's one of those, we have a bunch of them now in Springfield, like kind of a, I hate the word hipster, but you know what I mean? Like, a cool...
But it's a cripster. It's cripster, though.
Yes! Did you see the tattoo on his neck?
No.
He has tattoos, so the thing that's not tattooed is a cross.
Mm-hmm.
So
he has a cross on his neck?
Yeah, well, he has tattoos all around his neck, so the skin looks like a cross.
Oh, I hate that so much.
What?
I have to show you his drunk video, because I'll send it to you guys later. It's so funny. So, anyway, it's this hip barbershop. Like, there's a lot that kind of, like, cut the sides off guys' hair and give them, like, cool haircuts. And as someone who's been cutting my own hair for the last year, I wish I could walk into one of these barbershops. Because I look like trash. But
no, you do not,
they
Joshua.
They got fined
False.
by the city because they are being openly defiant about the mask ordinance and refusing to wear masks. And
getting COVID to own the Republicans, I guess, in Missouri, technically.
Exactly. I mean, I wish I had.
Yeah, they're.
Let me actually look up the back and forth I had with them on Facebook.
They always get in a bind. These people always get in a bind because they are, backing the blue. But then the cops give them a ticket and they have to be like, don't tread on me.
Right.
Tread on the other people.
Did you see that video where it might have been Proud Boys? Where, like, they had brought a Blue Lives Matter flag to a protest? And then
And they were trying to burn it.
they started stomping out and saying, "Fuck you, pigs."
Oh my god, I can't.
I mean, welcome to our side, guys.
Welcome to the resistance.
Exactly. Anyway, so they've been openly refusing to do this. So, like, the police showed up and handed out tickets for all of them who were just refusing to comply. Which, in his drunk video, he says this is the third time that the cops came. You know, like, I mean,
Just put the fucking mask on, dude.
why is it so goddamn
Problem
hard?
solved.
Yeah.
They're acting so persecuted
Right.
when they could just put the mask on.
I mean-
and then there wouldn't be a problem.
What is the favorite thing of American evangelicals other than to claim that they are being persecuted?
Get bitten by
Nothing.
snakes.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that is persecution by snake. But, I mean, watch the God's Not Dead trilogy, and those movies are all about how they are being persecuted by libs in the universities and the courts, and whatever the third one is about.
They won't shut the fuck up about how persecuted they are when it is literally the opposite.
Yeah.
When they make all of the terrible decisions for this country.
Right. They are in charge, and they won't just knock it off. I'm sorry that Skittles did a rainbow flavor because they don't hate queer people. I'm sure that was very hard for you. Shut up. Like, I don't know. So they got in trouble for this, and then they posted this photo, which I can't stop laughing about because it is just so completely dorky. They were all wearing Guy Fawkes masks.
No.
Yeah, the photo is incredible.
Yeah, and let me get the...
Protesting wearing masks by wearing masks. It's
Right.
real galaxy brain.
So, here's what he says in the post. For everyone who's coming to our shop that doesn't agree with our mask compliance, just ask, and we'll happily wear one for you. Again, they're all wearing. They all saw V for Vendetta, walked into Hot Topic, and bought it, and think it's cool. Please be as bold to our faces as you are on Facebook, and with calling the local police department. If you don't like the way we do business, please take yours elsewhere, because we don't want yours. Sincerely, the Lost Boys.
Oh, no.
And so I despise everything about this because I really hate weirdos who have the same beliefs as my parents. You know what I mean? Like you. I know you're weird because you have gauges in your ears and you have a bunch of tattoos, but also, you know, women should wear dresses that go down to the feet. I don't know.
Are you going to bring up Daniel Seitz's connection to this?
So what did he posted about it?
Okay, so he is spearheading the GoFundMe
Oh, that's right.
to cover their legal expenses. And, you know, he's framing this as a, the nanny state is trying to interfere with this man's right to earn a living for his family. And it's like, no, they're not. They're saying he can work as much as he wants if he just wears a fucking mask.
I do it.
It's that easy.
I do it all fucking day. It's not that hard. And
it's just like
you can wear fun ones that have the Watchmen on them or whatever stupid thing you want. So what I said to him on here. Actually, let me read his rant first, or read parts of it. So this is so funny because he posted a 13-minute explanation for the mask post. And here's another thing I'll say. So I also own a business, and yes, he's not wrong that this year has been hard for anyone who owns a business. Like it has been terrible. But don't kill your customer. Don't. I don't know. I would rather have to close my business than.
Well, Josh, it
Whatever.
sounds like you're
Yeah,
not
like
a
I
true
empathize. I empathize with this.
That's true.
I empathize with him and everyone else who owns a business and is trying to keep their business open this year, but just put the fucking mask on.
Yeah, like that's
Right.
They're
that's
not
all you have
trying
to do.
I can't make it any
Yeah.
more simple than this.
Yeah, they're not. He's not being told to close his business. He's being told what to. I'm trying to think. He didn't say cloth diaper or whatever every boomer thinks is the funniest joke in the world. But
Face diaper.
right, yeah. Same energy is what he was coming through with.
Right.
And yeah, fine. I'm a baby cuck for wearing this, but yeah, dude, it's not that hard.
Maybe a baby.
But that's what it's boiling down to, right? It's like a toxic masculinity thing where they can't be told what to do. No one's going to tread on me because I'm a man.
Except the police.
Well, yeah. Yes. And until Danny comes through with some free money for him.
Yeah, I thought they didn't want a handout.
Yeah. Thought you wanted to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Like, cut some hair, pay that ticket off, buddy.
Pull yourself up by your goddamn Doc Martens, sir. So
I want to comment and just be like, stick to cutting hair.
yeah.
I don't need to hear about your political beliefs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, as someone who has very strong political beliefs, I'm pretty good about not. You never want to be a brand saying bay if you ever seen that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to turn your business into someone who's doing like politics just to try to get business, because that's humiliating.
Yeah.
So I try to keep them separated as much as I can. But yeah, imagine posting any of this. Okay, so then he posted this video, and he said, let me grab this. I deleted the app off my phone, but someone told me it was a negative review. Here's the main thing. When someone leaves a negative review, and people have left very mean reviews, like mostly like Nazis, have left me reviews being like, we should kill this guy. Just ignore it.
Oh my God.
Just ignore it, or say, sorry you had a bad experience. Let us know if we can do better. You know, like,
Oh my god.
it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But then he said, I saw this as an opportunity to make a statement. But after going trap shooting and having a few beers in Hollister, I let it get under my skin. I let it get under my skin, and I wanted to stick it to the man. Stick it to the man.
Oh my God.
That's the thing. Everything he said, again, himbo. You know what I mean?
Big himbo
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah. A lot of big. Yeah.
But not a nice himbo, an annoying himbo.
Right. This is not
Not a Brendan Fraser
Yeah,
not,
himbo.
so I
not
don't-
a Magic Mike.
I don't-
Oh God, I didn't. In the Ray Stevens episode, because we didn't get to like comment. George of the Jungle rules.
Yes, it
I
absolutely
just want to
does.
say that.
Right? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Also,
you.
so
And
I don't
Brendan
know
Fraser-
if this dude is so much of a himbo as he is just stupid. I think there might be a difference.
Well, maybe everyone in Magic Mike XXL is a himbo, but this is, a dumb guy. Because I mean, listen to the other things he says. It's all cliche. He says, I guess I woke up a sleeping giant.
In
After
Branson,
getting sick of
Missouri?
the
Oh my god.
Did you wake up Yakov?
The Branson PD? Is this who he's referring to?
Yes. Well, no, he's referring to people who were mean to him on Facebook.
Oh, God.
Imagine wanting to be persecuted just so bad that you're reaching at straws here, man. Like,
can I say this? It's going to get worse. Okay?
Oh, no.
He said, they decided to make an example of us for speaking out against the mainstream narrative. You'll be censored. You'll be flogged. You'll be written a citation.
Oh, flogged?
Flogged, yes.
if they have a public,
Do you know what the
if
word
they have
means?
a public flogging of the Barbershop boys, I'm fucking going to Branson.
They're going to make him do the Game of Thrones shame, walk through the street naked, and just like...
Down the entire strip. Down the entire 76 strip.
Yes. So, there were 6 citations written. He said, 1 for me, 1 for each employee, and 1 for the out-of-towner who spoke up and got heated and said he will never be coming back to Branson other than to see the police in court. I hope they get Christy to defend them.
What a combo that would be.
Ooh, are you going to have to bleep that?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Then he says, again, more cliches. I'm not a masked Nazi. I'll welcome you in. So he's saying if you walk into the store, see them all not wearing masks, and demand a mask, he'll put it on.
Is it going to be the Guy Fawkes mask?
Absolutely. It's going to be like the mask from the Jim Carrey movie.
I think I would rather, at that point, if it's like, you can either get a haircut by a guy with no mask or a guy with a Guy Fawkes mask, I might choose the guy with no mask.
No,
yeah, you know,
honestly.
just...
Do they not feel
Yeah,
embarrassed?
do these people feel no shame?
I mean,
I agree.
again,
like, none?
This is embarrassing.
Right, no. And again, it's going to stay as bad. And he is like drinking gin or vodka in the video, and you see like drunk, glassy eyes. And so it just adds the next level chef's kiss to it. So he says, I would argue more businesses have closed than people have lost their lives.
What?
Next, they're going
Does he know how many people have died?
Okay, so this was my fight with him on Facebook. I said, you think over 300,000 businesses have closed? This is amazing bozo energy, though, and I love it, so thanks. And then he says, might be a little off, but who knows, right? And he posted a thing where, yeah, over 100,000 businesses have closed. So a lot of businesses have gone out, but a lot of them were at the teetering point anyway, right?
But he posted and proved your point that, correct, 300,000 businesses have not closed.
Exactly. And I haven't looked at the numbers. It's probably 350,000 at this point.
Yeah, and growing every day.
Yeah. And so he never responded to me. But I said, do you think there's a middle ground between posting Guy Fawkes, we will not be owned photos, and not just getting fined for doing the minimal thing? Just wear a mask that says Branson PD and Brian sucks their toes.
Josh!
No response from him for that one. But
No response to that?
yeah. So the other things he said, I'll just read.
Damn.
I'll read these quick. Some other just choice quotes. I know it sucks and people have died.
Oh my
Just stop
God.
right there. That's
And
a
he
complete
talked
thought. It sucks and people have died.
So he did get COVID, and he said it sucked, but which is just a hilarious thing. And he talked about he has a 1-year-old who got COVID and has like heart problems.
Jesus.
Where I
What the fuck is this guy doing?
I don't know. He also says, "quote This is insane, dude." And then he also says 99.97. I don't remember the survivability rate. Just again posting boomer memes about this is. And then finally he says, "If I offended you with what I said at the time, sorry. But go to other shops. But a lot of doctors, lawyers, and police officers come in my shop. And a lot of doctors are being blackballed and silenced who don't agree with you."
What the fuck?
Just honestly, every cliche in the book from this guy. So, yeah, I don't know.
Man.
I thought it was hilarious. Like just in the only humor I can find right now is dark humor. But wow.
Like, this is a black comedy for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Just imagine embarrassing yourself that deeply for the privilege to give people COVID. I don't know. I don't get it.
And I would say, as much as he's complaining about like negative reviews, most people are being supportive and saying, "Can't wait to come get my hair cut. Thank you for standing up," and all of that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure his business is booming now.
Right. And I should do the same thing. Like I should just stop wearing a mask and just whine about it all day about how I'm being oppressed.
Well, shit.
Thoughts and prayers to Lost Boys Barber Co. What?
Lost Boys.
What a
Again,
terrible name.
Lost
I hope
Boys.
that
so
Just real big baby energy.
real big
all around.
baby
yes,
energy.
yes. And again, it is that whole thing of a certain generation of men who are like want to feel oppressed, right? It's so stupid. No one thinks about us, the poor old Lost Boys, just sadly kicking a can down the sidewalk, looking down. Shut the
Wearing their Guy Fawkes masks.
Shut the fuck up, you babies. Anyway, that's all I have to say about them. And yeah, I'm very happy to start another beef with someone semi-local.
Okay, well that you guys brought some gossip this week and I didn't bring any gossip.
Look, if we change the name of this to Hoot and Holler, a goss pod about the Ozarks,
Yeah.
I'm into that.
I guess I do have a little bit of gossip hidden within this story. But I'm doing the history of Silver Dollar City this week.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So the story of Silver Dollar City starts with the story of Marvel Cave. And Marvel Cave was first used by the indigenous Osage population, and they called it the Devil's Den. And they mostly stayed away from it because the entrance to it is a giant sinkhole. And so at some point, someone probably fell in. And so they were like, let's just stay away.
Good reason to avoid the entrance, honestly.
Yeah. Until 1869, when Henry T. Blow, which is a cartoon character's name, he came to the Ozarks. He was just a capitalist. He had his money in mining and manufacturing and the railroad. And he was also a 2-term representative for Missouri. And this was just a interesting fact I found out about him while I was looking this up. He was a staunch abolitionist, but his father enslaved a man named Dred Scott. And it was Henry who encouraged Dred Scott to sue for his freedom and paid his legal fees all the way up to the Supreme Court. When the Dred Scott decision was decided by Roger B. Taney, whom the county I live in is named after.
Huh.
And the Dred Scott case was the one that they decided that the Constitution didn't include citizenship for black people. So, way to go, Roger B. Taney. Anyway, Henry decided to explore the cave because he wanted to mine it for lead. And so they went down there.
Brings us back.
They lowered themselves.
Brings us back to lead.
Always, it all comes back to lead all the time. They had to lower themselves into the sinkhole, just like shimmying down a rope, 200 feet down. And they didn't find any lead, but they thought the walls were made of marble. So they named it Marble Cave. And because they didn't find any lead, they just abandoned it until 1882 when T. Hodges Jones and Truman S. Powell led another mining expedition and again didn't find any lead, but they also thought it was made out of marble. So in 1884, T. Hodges Jones bought the land and formed Marble Mining and Manufacturing. And they built a town called Marble City, which they later changed the name to Marmaros.
That was
and they were going to mine out. Yeah, Marble City is a lot better. But they realized that there was no marble in the cave. It was only limestone. So they, which I feel like I would have confirmed before I built the city, but I don't know. Just me. But they were able to mine out all the bat guano in the cave, and they mined it all out until it was completely gone.
They
And
should have named it Batshit City.
We built Bat Shitty.
In 1889, they ceased operations, and Marmaros became a ghost town. And then William Henry Lynch, a Canadian businessman, bought the cave and the town, but when he arrived to look at what he bought, the Bald Knobbers had burned the town down. And I couldn't find out why.
I couldn't
find out why,
City. The
but-
dang Bald Knobbers burned it.
Is that what the ride Fire in the Hole is based around when the Bald Knobbers burn the city?
Well, we'll get
sorry,
to that.
sorry.
We'll get to that. The cave was still there, though, so William Lynch decided to turn it into a show cave as a tourist attraction because there were already a couple of show caves operating in the state. So in 1894, he opened it as a tourist attraction, and it is one of the oldest continuously running tourist attractions in the Ozarks. And it's actually a really impressive cave. Have either of you been in it?
I have. I fell down in the cave one time when I was a kid.
Oh, no.
Not like I didn't like fall like down into the hole or anything. I just
didn't
like
go right-
tripped and fell.
Just walking in the entrance. Oh no, a sinkhole.
Yeah, no.
I have not been there, but
One-
I can guarantee you I would have slipped and slided right away if I walked through it.
It's a really impressive cave. It has one of the largest entrances in North America, of any cave in North America. And the main room that the sinkhole leads down to is called the Cathedral Room. And it's 200 feet tall. They once flew 5 hot air balloons at once inside. And
Why?
there is... It seems like
My
a pain in
question
the
is,
ass, but
why not 6?
there's also a debris pile from things that have fallen through the sinkhole for centuries, and that debris pile is 124 feet tall. And so these tours of the cave that this guy was giving were 8 hours long. You had to climb down a 100-foot tall ladder to the top, holding a candle or a lantern,
Holy shit!
to the top of the debris pile, and then slide down the debris pile and continue to explore the cave.
Did this guy have an old-timey handlebar mustache? Because that's the only kind of guy I can picture.
Probably. I've seen some cool pictures of people in like Victorian clothes about to go spelunking.
Nice.
Kind of wild. Okay, so in 1927, William Lynch died and his daughters inherited the cave, and that's when they changed it from Marble Cave to Marvel Cave. And they operated it until 1950, when a man who was visiting from Chicago named Hugo Hershend purchased a 99-year lease on the cave and took over operations of it. He died 5 years later, but his wife and sons continued on the business. And in 1957, they added a cable-pulled railway that would pull visitors 240 feet out of the cave instead of them having to walk up the ladder. So they improved it. And then they decided there were people who, while they were waiting for their tour, had nothing to do, so they decided to recreate the city of Marmaros as a tourist attraction for people who are waiting. And so in 1960, they opened with 5 shops, a church, a log cabin, and a street production of the Hatfields and McCoys. And they called it...
That's cool.
They called it Silver Dollar City because they were doing a marketing gimmick where instead of regular change, they gave people silver dollars. So, and the people who helped them design the recreation of the town was the production team of the Ozarks Jubilee, which was a very, very popular weekly live variety show, kind of like the Grand Ole Opry or Hee Haw. And it was filmed in Springfield. And so
Where was it filmed at?
I don't know. I didn't write that down, where it was filmed at in Springfield. Whatever radio or television station they built for it, I think.
Okay.
They were actually, I didn't write this down, so I might get it wrong, but the team of Ozarks Jubilee wanted Springfield to usurp Nashville as the crossroads of country music. Like, they were actively trying to do that. And so they named the production company like Crossroads Production for that reason. Didn't quite work out for them.
We could have had the Ray Stevens Theater that's still operating now, like Nashville does.
We could have had Cabaret. But so on opening day of Silver Dollar City, they had Uncle Sip and Aunt Sap there, who were regulars on the Jubilee, and they played hillbilly characters on there. And in the first year it was open, they had 125,000 visitors. So they found a good business model. And in 1968, they started charging admission, and they started expanding the park and adding on to it. In 1972, the last Lynch daughter died and bequeathed the land underneath Silver Dollar City to the College of the Ozarks, which I found interesting. I didn't know that C of O, our local Christian university where you don't have to pay tuition, but you have to work in their fields for 40 hours a week.
Indentured servitude. My parents
Yeah,
wanted me to go to
C
C
of
of
O's,
O very badly. I
But-
did not
Mine
did not
too.
get in.
But you also
I didn't either.
you also get the bonus of they bring in speakers like Sarah Palin every year.
C of O is its own conversation.
Yeah, yeah. No, we have to get into that at some point.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Okay, in 1976, the Hershins bought a theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and they turned it into another Silver Dollar City. But in 1986, they partnered with Dolly Parton and turned that into Dollywood. And
Working class
today,
hero, Dolly. Yes.
Today, the Hershins own 3 theme parks, 3 water parks, 2 aquariums, 1 cave, 3 dinner shows, 6 hotels, and the Harlem Globetrotters.
I did
What?
not know that they owned the Globetrotters.
And they also own Stone Mountain, which the NAACP has called the largest shrine to white supremacy in the history of the world. If you don't know what it is, it's Mount Rushmore, but Jefferson Davis, Stonewall Jackson, and Robert E. Lee are on it.
It's Mount Rushmore for the Klan.
Yep.
I mean, Mount Rushmore is also kind of Mount Rushmore for the Klan.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, years ago I saw it was at the True Falls Film Festival. I saw a short documentary about Stone Mountain because I had no idea that it existed. I'll have to look up the name of it. But yeah, not
It's a thing.
yeah.
And the Hershins own it. Okay, and this is where my gossip comes in.
Ooh.
This is my story about Mary Hershend, the Hershend matriarch, the wife of the guy who bought it. Okay. Whenever I was in high school, so I danced in the Branson shows, right? And so,
I laugh every
And
time. I laugh
somehow-
every time this comes up.
somehow Mary Hershend got my phone number because she needed a dancer for a fundraiser she was doing for her church, which she was in the Messianic Jewish church, which I really don't know much about, but they were fundraising to send a delegation to Jerusalem or something. And anyway, she wanted me to dance at the fundraiser. And so I showed up to the rehearsal beforehand to learn the dance. It was very weird, but then she made me be anointed with oil and she made me sit in a chair, and they all surrounded me and put their hands on my head and anointed me with oil. And I don't know why. It was very weird.
I mean, you clearly
then-
had to be anointed to I'm going to guess clog on their stage.
No, it wasn't clogging. I would describe it as more of a lyrical number. But also, whenever I got there and I did my little dance or whatever, and then I got to eat the food, but the other people from the church kept staring at me weirdly, like staring at me very intently. And finally they said, "Have you ever thought that you might be Jewish? You have such dark eyes."
I'm pretty sure there's more to it than that.
The whole thing was very weird and very upsetting. Okay. Silver Dollar City today.
Okay, I want to say one more thing quickly about the anointing thing. Is
Okay.
a thing that is hilarious to me is when people try to trick you into becoming part of the religion.
Yeah. Like, am I a Messianic Jew now?
I think you are, actually. I once had a student who... He was a Saudi student when I was teaching ESL, who asked me to repeat a sentence, and then I did, and then he said, "Now repeat this," and he said, "You're a Muslim now." But he was not. I did whatever the equivalent of accepting Allah into my heart is accepting Jesus into my heart is. But he wasn't joking about it. He was like, we
It
want.
seems like that crosses a line of consent. I don't know.
I was like, yeah, but okay, whatever, man. But no, I like the idea of secretly anointing people, or I mean, I guess the Mormons do that, right? When they're like, we just let Anne Frank into heaven.
Well, yeah, they do the baptisms for the dead, so
Yeah.
you truly get no say in it whatsoever.
Well, I hope Kirby Hayborn, my favorite Mormon actor, gets me into heaven after I die.
Send him a letter. He'll take care of you.
I think I did friend him on Facebook in like 2004. I have to check on that. Kirby, come on the pod and talk about the singles ward with us.
Please do. Well, okay, that's really all I have. Silver Dollar City today has 2.2 million visitors a year. They do shows, they have craftsman demonstrations, they have festivals, they have 23 rides and 7 roller coasters, including Outlaw Run, the world's steepest wooden coaster, and the first wooden coaster with multiple inversions, and Time Traveler, the tallest and steepest spinning roller coaster. And I truly can't wait until COVID is over and the 4 of us can go to Silver Dollar City together.
I'm so excited.
We are going to go to the saloon show. And
Absolutely.
And you-
Josh, I literally said last night, Patrick and I were talking about this, and I said, Joshua and I are going to go to the saloon show.
Well, the thing is, you are going to have to go to it because you're going to get a text that says, "We need someone to dance in the saloon show now."
And Josh and I are going to be there to be your cheerleaders.
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
I really, I do want to go to Silver Dollar City with you.
I do too. I haven't been in...
With the pod.
Yeah. We could make a bonus episode out of that.
Yeah,
of
I'm
course.
thinking audio diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I've been since I moved back here, like 20 years ago at this point. So it wasn't
Well,
since-
I have
since was a
children,
kid.
so I go every year. And I couldn't go last year because I was pregnant and couldn't ride any roller coasters, so it would just make me mad to go.
Just standing
And
with
then
your
obviously
arms
I couldn't go
crossed,
this
being
year.
angry while everyone else has fun.
When I was a teenager, I worked at Shoney's, and because the regional place that owned our Shoney's was based in Branson, so we would get a discount to go. We'd get into Silver Dollar City for like $10, and every summer we would go there. And then there was another one that they had that it closed. It was Celebration City.
The
Yes.
Christian Silver Dollar City.
Yeah, and
I have so many stories about Celebration City.
Yeah.
And now it's an abandoned theme park now.
And we would go. Basically 2 or 3 times a week. We had a blast. Me and my best friends would go, and that honestly, I think that was the last time because now it was like so expensive. But now I would love to go back. I kind of wanted to go to see the Christmas lights this year, but obviously, like I wasn't going to. So hopefully that can happen sometime.
They do a big Halloween thing too.
Yeah.
I always have fun when I go to Silver Dollar City. I don't think I mentioned it's still, it's supposed to be an 1880s Ozarks frontier town is the gimmick for people who don't know, who haven't been. So
I worked with a pharmacist who 3 of his kids worked at Silver Dollar City. They were fundamentalist Christians, so he had 10 kids. 3 of them worked at Silver Dollar City. So
Pat's dad actually worked there for a little while to supplement his job as a teacher, and he was one of the old-timey photographers. And I can't wait. We have to get our photo of us on the roller coaster, and we have to get our old-timey photo made.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I'm so sincere about
Me
this.
too.
Oh no, I'm not joking. I still have a softball bat that I got made there when I was 12, where they carved Joshua into it. At like the
Yeah.
at the place that. So this is actually probably a longer story, but at one point, my sister, when she started like dating when she was like 15, had like disappeared with a guy, and my dad said, "Go get bats and find them." Look,
Oh my god.
we're doing a toxic masculinity here, and so I turned the bat into a bat I called the boyfriend basher, and wrote the names of all of her boy. I still have it. It's sitting like literally like 12 feet away from me at my door. Like it's my home protection.
Oh my god.
There are so many names on it. My sister did well for herself in high school.
I'm
Also,
speechless.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything other than I think we kind of did. We drove around, we saw them, and kind of did a Warriors kind of like come out and play thing, or maybe I just
You
tapped the,
Smash their mailbox.
I think I just tapped the bat, the boyfriend basher, on the like the street, so she knew it was time to go get bats and find them. Anyway,
I would love
Wow.
a parenting book from your dad, to be honest.
he also took the phone and threw it down the stairs and smashed it because he was so angry. I don't even know what they talked about. Like,
What?
yeah. Anyway, I was very upset that. I mean, my sister, she was a baddie before she became like a goodie.
Well, that's all I have. This took us to some unexpected
It did.
Yeah,
places.
sorry.
No, I love it.
I'll send you guys a photo of the bat. In a
Yes,
few
please
minutes.
do. I cannot wait.
Please do.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in once again. As always, you can support us by telling your friends about us, telling your friends about the Patreon over at Hoot and Holler, or patreon.com/hootandholler. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Find us all on there in Hoot and Holler Pod. And if you want to, you can email us at hootandhollerpod@gmail.com. This episode will be hitting you January 6th, 2021, which promises to be a pretty wild day, I think. We'll see. Electoral certification tomorrow, as well as large rallies planned in D.C. Very agitated. I don't know, man. Be interesting to talk about it this weekend, probably. Anyway, I think that'll do it. Music this week is from Brat Pitt. Song is called Stockholm from the record First One, came out last year. That little ethereal steel pedal there did pretty good. All right, thanks for coming through. We'll talk to you next time.
Daddy, won't you stow the bottle? Mama, can't you put those pills away. Would it be so bad if he would stop getting mad? And this was his final sip today. I can't stand to bear the burden. No, I don't think we can make you stay. A house is not a home if the one who's not yet grown has to be the one to bear all of this pain. But please love me. I know I need your presence. Your smell is just like heaven.